Picture yourself in the 1400s. You're just trying to survive, dodging the plague, tending your crops, minding your own business. Then one afternoon, you lean down to grab a vegetable from the ground, and your overly curious neighbor notices a strange mark on your skin. Instead of shrugging it off, they gasp in horror. To them, that mark isn't harmless. It's proof. Proof that you've been touched by dark forces. Before long, you're being questioned in front of the entire village. Back then, birthmarks were often called the devil's mark. Many people genuinely believed that Satan himself branded his followers. To make matters worse, witch hunters claimed these marks were magically numb. They would stab them with needles to see if the accused felt pain. No reaction? Which, a reaction? You're pretending? Some even used trick needles that retracted. Either way, you couldn't win. Sleepwalking was another dangerous habit. Today we understand it as a sleep disorder. The Middle Ages, though, someone wandering around at night mumbling to themselves looked deeply suspicious. There was no talk of medical explanations, only whispers of midnight meetings with the devil. If you happened to mutter a few words in your sleep and something unfortunate occurred the next day, you might be blamed. One moment you're dreaming peacefully, the next you're accused of sorcery. Whistling could also get you into trouble. Certain melodies were rumored to control the wind, spoil milk, or influence animals. Whistling near a tree might mean you were summoning spirits. Doing it by a graveyard? Clearly trying to wake the dead? Inside a church? Completely unacceptable. Even if a cow simply turned its head toward you while you whistled, that could be seen as suspicious. Innocent tunes could become evidence of dark powers. Being left-handed was another red flag. Since most people are right-handed, using your left hand was considered abnormal. Some even believed the devil favored the left hand. In certain courts, a left-handed person's testimony carried little weight. You could tell the absolute truth and still be dismissed as corrupted by evil. Even something as ordinary as yawning had frightening interpretations. When you yawn, your mouth opens wide. Medieval superstition claimed this created an opportunity for demons to enter or for your soul to slip out. During the time of the bubonic plague, excessive yawning was seen as a symptom of impending death, which only fueled fear.
Ow.
People believed you should quickly make the sign of the cross over your mouth while yawning, like spiritually locking it. If a baby yawned, an adult had to perform the gesture for them. Forgetting to do so could raise serious suspicion. Then there were cats, especially black ones. Their nighttime habits and mysterious stares didn't help their reputation. If your neighbor saw you feeding a couple of cats, they might assume you were harboring demonic companions. Ironically, cats were excellent at controlling rats, which helped limit the spread of disease, including the plague. But logic rarely defeated superstition. Every purr could be interpreted as a spell. Every meow, a coded message from the underworld. If a cat sneezed near you, that could also spark rumors. Any interaction with them seemed suspicious. A simple sneeze might be twisted into proof that you were communicating with evil. Brewing beer was another risky business, especially for women. In medieval Europe, brewing was largely done by women. If your ale became especially popular, people might grow jealous. Instead of crediting your skill, they might assume you were casting spells. And consider the imagery. A large cauldron, a stirring stick, cats wandering nearby to protect the grain. It's easy to see how these everyday tools later shaped the classic witch stereotype. Being exceptionally good at making cheese could also cause suspicion. In a small village where everyone struggled with inconsistent results, someone producing perfect cheese every time might seem unnatural. People didn't understand bacteria or temperature control. If your cheese turned out better than your neighbor's, they might conclude you were magically stealing the quality from theirs. Even WACE's eggs could cause alarm. Imagine living in 16th century France and discovering your hens were laying eggs with 2 yolks. Today, that might feel like a bonus. Back then, anything unusual was considered unnatural. Some believed it meant the hens were cursed, or that the eggs were being used in rituals. In a world ruled by fear and limited scientific understanding, everyday quirks could become deadly accusations. Ordinary habits, natural traits, and simple talents were sometimes all it took to land someone in the middle of a witch trial. More stories like this to come.